Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO retrospective podcast where we talk about all things 3DO, the company, the console, and everything in between. I am Bill, and this is Threk. How you doing, Threk?
Oh, Bill, I'm doing all right. We had that long weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, so got to rest, game a little bit. And then funny story, when I get into work in the morning, I guess the electronic locks that keep the doors shut were malfunctioning. So I had to so all of us stood outside the doors for like half an hour till we actually could get in. So that was fun, but we're here. We're doing the thing. How are you?
I'm good. I spent most of the weekend hungover, so that's
You wasted a 3-day weekend hungover? Come on, dude.
well. I spent all of Friday night watching a very bad movie, and I needed alcohol to get through it.
I think I might know the bad movie
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Tune into GNC in a few weeks, you'll understand. So I did that, and then Saturday was fine, but then Sunday was Indy 500, like racing, like all day. And
Yeah, it was Indy, it was Coca-Cola, so there's a
there was
lot
an
that
F1
happened.
race shoved in the middle. Coke 600 did not end until like midnight, so I was up late.
I think they called it early because there was
Yeah.
like 30 some laps to go, but like the rain was starting to come down. And
Yeah.
they're like, it's not going to be till like 2 a.m. till we're done, so let's just call it.
Yeah. So I remember I was like dozing and I looked up and they called and I was like, going to bed. Done.
At least you got to sleep it off for Monday, right?
Yeah. No, thank God I had Monday off.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that was my weekend.
Yeah, I knocked out. Been playing a Final Fantasy Adventure. Finished that over the weekend. What a great game that is. What a real cool game. I hope to get to Secret of Mana soon, but just kind of depends on other things. And then I did play through and beat Bubsy 4D. It was fairly. It was like maybe 6 hours.
Good to know.
So it's a fairly quick game. So stay tuned for a future 3D Ont where me, Bill, and a guest are going to discuss the details of Bubsy 4D. So I won't say much here.
Yeah, I still got to play it.
Yeah. So that kind of coincides with, not really coincides with the game we're talking about, but we got some news. So we might as well do that, right? So I don't know if you guys remembered, but a while ago, Embracer Group announced that they were going to be like splitting up into a bunch of different companies or whatever. So yeah, they have announced their intention to split into 2 public companies with a new spinoff taking over the biggest game IPs, including Tomb Raider. So there's like Fellowship Entertainment that has the Lord of the Rings IP, as well as like Tomb Raider, Darksiders, Dead Island, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Metro, and Remnant. So all the big stuff, basically. And then I guess there's another Embracer that's like splitting off. That's doing all of the smaller stuff. So I guess Embracer just got too big for their own good, and they're like, look, let's just like split this up to make it easier or something. I'm not quite sure, but it also coincides with another news story from Embracer saying they're more actively exploring partnerships for dormant franchises they have, like Deus Ex, Time Splitters, and Saints Row. I did forget that Embracer got Deus Ex when they bought like Eidos and all that from Square.
I really enjoy the fact that they're referring to franchises that had games only like maybe like a couple of years ago as dormant franchises.
I mean, when was the last Deus Ex game? Like 2018?
It was on the PS4, so that to me at least, like Mankind Divided, I think that wasn't that long ago.
But it's been long enough that dormant probably means that like, oh, and this time they haven't been working on anything.
See, when I think
Mankind Divided was 2016, so been 10 years.
True. See, when I think dormant, I think like Legacy of Kain or like
sure, but I mean they're doing stuff with Legacy of Kain. I mean, we did get the Gex trilogy. Time Splitters. If I remember correctly, there was a Time Splitters being developed that got canceled, like not that long ago.
Free Radical like came back and then imploded again.
Yeah. So I think Time Splitters is doomed, in my opinion. And then Saints Row, to be fair to Saints Row, after the reboot, like bombed, Volition closed, so we all just kind of assumed Saints Row was dead.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, so it's just one of those things. But I hope we actually do see something from those franchises, because Saints Row deserves better than what it got. To be fair, I think all three franchises deserve at least a little something. You know, I've barely played any Deus Ex games. I would like to play through them at some point, because they look like games I would actually really like. I think I have Human Revolution. It was on sale on Xbox for like $2 or something. So I was like, screw it, why not? Right. So it looks cool. And I've heard the follow-up is really good. And then there's that big remaster of the first one that's coming out this year or next year. I'll keep an eye on that if that's any good. So
I have the PS2 port of that. It's fine. I think the PC version is considered better, but
yeah, like most games of that era.
Yeah.
I mean, and plus it started as like a PC thing anyway, so
it was like the only good thing to come out of Ion Storm.
I was just about to say, you know, the good thing John Romero did after he left, and he had nothing to do with it.
No, he was too busy trying to make us his bitch.
Deus Ex made him his bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think we talked about this last week, but Sony announced a new State of Play that's happening on Tuesday, June the 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern time, the only time zone that matters. The big thing they're featuring is Marvel's Wolverine, but I guess there's going to be information about other stuff. They're not saying much, which I think is fair. And seeing this, it made me go. Apparently, they're doing. There's like some Alamo draft houses that are going to be screening it, and they're saying it's going to be like, I think they said like 90 minutes. It's going to be like an hour and a half. So that made me go, is the PlayStation Showcase name dead? Is it just State of Plays now? Because if you remember, they used to have both. There was the State of Play were the smaller events, and then the PlayStation Showcase is when they would do the real big stuff. So did they just kill the name PlayStation Showcase and it's all just State of Plays now? I can't remember the last showcase that happened. It's been a few years.
Yeah. Honestly, the fact that they were doing two was always kind of redundant to me. So
yeah, and they weren't like that different. Like say like Nintendo will have like Nintendo Directs, then they'll have the Direct Minis or the Indie Directs or the third party showcases or whatever. Like, you know what's coming going in. They'll tell you like, oh, there's going to be first, third party only, whatever. Right. So, but Sony never, I think, really detailed any of that stuff ever that I can recall. So, you know, so it'll be interesting to see, considering, you know, the price of the console has gone up, the price of PlayStation Plus has gone up. So they really need to justify it here with some bangers. I know people are excited for Wolverine. And is that this year?
Maybe I forgot that game existed, to be honest.
I mean, there are some people who are really fucking hyped for it. It depends on who you ask, I guess. But
it's fair. I'm not a Marvel guy, so I saw it and I went with
it. I mean, hey, another game where he plays Wolverine sounds cool to me. That 360 looks really good.
I mean, that game's fun for the fact that you just go nuts and destroy stuff.
Oh yeah.
My problem with this game was the first show they showed Wolverine doing stealth. I'm like, that's no. that's like the exact opposite of what the character should be doing.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like in the little intro or something. Who knows? But
I hope so. I don't like how every superhero game is just becoming Arkham, because not every superhero should be Batman.
Yeah. Leave the Arkham stuff to Batman. God damn it. But we'll see how that goes. That's next week. So it'll probably be going as we're recording. So
mostly.
But anyways, but speaking of a tease that I'm actually very excited for, the Crazy Taxi Twitter account has posted for the first time in 7 years, potentially teasing the upcoming revival. Now, it wasn't much. It was just like a little like taxi sign kind of coming on, flickering or whatever. But I got really excited because we had mentioned not that long ago, you know, the whole Segaverse thing, and me being like, well, what's the fuck's going on with like the new games? They canceled the Super game and put more development time on the dormant IPs they already announced they were working on. So this says to me, hopefully, that Crazy Taxi revival is a lot further than we expect. My guess is we'll probably see it Summer Game Fest. I mean, it could be in the PlayStation Showcase. Very well could be. Could just be a Summer Game Fest drop as well. So, but yeah, we might be seeing that new Crazy Taxi soon. And if so, I am very excited.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Like,
I mean, you just want to hear The Offspring and Bad Religion.
I just want dumb, like, dated punk rock in there. Like,
I mean, to be fair, it does need, like, I feel if they do a big Crazy Taxi show trailer and it doesn't have Offspring in it, I think people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, ironically, people probably just want that All I Want playing at least at one point.
Why not? Why not? I mean, I know music licensing is expensive these days, but that song is tied to that game.
Oh, yeah.
Know? When you think of Crazy Taxi, that's what you think of. So it needs to be there. And Crazy Taxi also didn't have that many songs anyways.
It had 4 full songs and technically had snippets from 2 others.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping Sega were like, you know what? Let's spend the money and let's get it. Like, let's do it.
We better be able to take the distinguished black man to the church.
I mean, I would love to drop people off at KFC and Pizza Hut all over again.
Fila.
Yeah.
Take me to the Fila store.
Yeah. I think in previous episodes, I've talked about how you could do a modern Crazy Taxi, so I won't regurgitate it here. But if they nail it, then it'll be fantastic. So let's see. Infinity Ward teases the next upcoming Call of Duty. I'm only bringing this up because of Thrack Ops. Go listen to Thrack Ops, please. So they posted a little thing here, and I'm just gonna read it verbatim because it's not that long. It just says, "We are Infinity Ward. We build visceral, immersive combat experiences that hit different. As a new chapter begins for this studio, we're focused on what defines us: passion, precision, obsession, and an unrelenting drive to make the best entertainment in the industry. Our next game is the result of that mindset. Determined, bold, relentless, built by a team pushing every detail, every system, every moment to its limit. On behalf of everyone at IW, we're proud of what we've been building and excited to finally start sharing with you, Mark and Jack, the studio heads of Infinity Ward." So, I mean, that's nice that they're trying to. I think they're starting the hype train for the next COD, right? Though it'll be at the June showcase when we see it properly. But the rumor for a while has been it's just going to be Modern Warfare 4. And if that's what it is, there's going to be a collective groan the moment we see it, because it's like, guys, that can we do something a little bit different, please? Like something,
I know, It's weird that Sledgehammer is the one that seems to be doing different things, even if it's...
Well, they did Modern Warfare 3.
Never mind.
Like, weirdly, I'll talk about it when I do the reboot Modern Warfare 3 episode, but the situation for that is very similar to the original 3, and that Sledgehammer just kind of got thrust upon them when they really weren't trying to do that. They're trying to do something else. I'll talk about it when I get there, but yeah, I'm hoping to get to the next COD this year. Fingers crossed. So, you know, you'll all know when we get there, and because it's not in Game Pass anymore, I'm probably gonna have to pay the fucking $70 for it. But I'll do it. I'll do it for fucking content. So, I mean, we'll see. It's possible that if it's Modern Warfare 4, but it could be really fucking good. I mean, sure, but people's sort of faith in Call of Duty is very low right now, and I don't blame them. The last handful of games haven't been spectacular. I liked Black Ops 6. I think people generally like that one, but you look at, like, say, Black Ops 7 or the Modern Warfare reboot trilogy, it's kind of Vanguard even. It's been like, ugh, what's going on here? So we'll see. We shall see. Let's see. So, we finally got some footage of the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 that's coming out in August. So they showed off some footage of 4, because that's what everyone wants, right? Yep. And apparently they are keeping the collabs they had with iPod and Playboy in the game. Now, I did not know these were in here. I didn't get that far in GS4 because I wanted to play a game, not watch a movie. I knew the iPod was in there. I didn't know there was actual like Playboy shit in there. But yeah, it's cool to see. Is that a case of? I mean, it had to be that like Konami had to talk to Apple and Playboy, be like, "Hey, do you mind if we like keep these in here? Do you mind?" I think they had to.
The iPod is such a minor thing; they could have gotten rid of that. The Playboy is funny.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, but that says to me, are they going to keep the Blu-ray gag?
I hope they do. I mean,
They might. I mean, if they're willing to keep that shit in there, who knows? They might just go ahead and be like, screw it, just keep it in there.
Because the entire Psycho Mantis recreation later would be completely pointless without the PlayStation references.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and the VGC article says that like it's possible the non-PlayStation versions could have it taken out, but it stays on like the PS5 version. I mean, that'd be kind of like weird. But to be fair, when they did the MGS3 remake, they kept the Ape Escape stuff for the PlayStation version, but the non-PlayStation versions got the Bomberman instead. So,
yeah.
I mean, they could go that far. I mean, it's just a port, so I don't know how far they'd be willing to go for that. I mean, I'm assuming I don't know if it's emulation or a port. I have no idea.
Metal Gear Solid 4 is a fucking gargantuan game.
I mean, to be fair, the size of that game is about comparable to games these days.
It is, but like for the time, like that game.
For the time, it was insane. Yeah, like I think it was a dual layer Blu-ray disc.
It was,
like
and there's
like the very first one.
And there was multiple download points throughout the game where you'd have to stop and like do an install and then continue on. It's a weird game. I love it.
So it's going to be funny when we play it these days and it's like, oh, this is seamless. This is smooth as butter.
It's going to be so weird for a lot of the people that have never played it. They're going to jump into that game and be like, wow, this gameplay is super cool. The cutscene's still going. It's been an hour.
When am I going to get to the game? You're watching the game. I think it's, if I'm correct, it's the final cutscene of MGS4 holds the record for the longest cutscene in a video game.
I believe.
And I think it's almost an hour, isn't it?
Oh, more than that. There is multiple hour-long cutscenes in that game.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Like it is.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it because I want to do my due diligence and play that game. I'm buying that collection purely for 4. Like I'm gonna grab a physical just to have 4.
See,
so I don't have to hunt down a PS3 anymore.
Any other game, and that would be like borderline unacceptable, but MGS4 is like this weird anomaly of a masterpiece where it's like,
yeah,
this game is so fucking batshit insane that you have to you just accept it.
Like, I mean, it is the culmination in a way of Kojima's like Metal Gear Solidness, because you think you have that, and then Peace Walker was quite a few years after, but that was a PSP game. And the gameplay was a bit of a change from what we had before. It was a bit more open-ended, right?
Yeah.
And Peace Walker is almost just like a trial run for what MGS5 ended up being, which MGS5 is like, I mean, it's still in the same universe and everything, but gameplay-wise is a huge leap forward for the series. So yeah, 4, I mean,
which is still amazing.
Yeah, and 4 timeline-wise is at the very end of the series. Right, so it does represent a culmination.
Technically after it, but Revengeance has like nothing to do with.
It's connected, but not like in a super direct way. Yeah. So, but 4 in a way is like the culmination of like that era. Like if you were playing Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a row, it's like holy shit. And then Peace Walker and 5 are almost kind of like, oh, everybody really liked Big Boss, so let's just do more of that stuff. Because everybody played 3. I mean, hell, I played 3.
3 was a great game.
3's fantastic. Yeah, I might give that remake a try in the future when it's on sale or something. I heard it wasn't terrible.
I've heard it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just debating, do I need another version of 3? Because I own like 7 versions of that game.
I don't think I own a version of 3 at the moment. So I sold my PS2 copy a long time ago.
I've got the 2 on PS2. I've got the 3DS remake. I've got...
Oh, I forgot that happened.
Legitimately, it's actually really interesting because you can use the camera to make your own custom camo, and you can legitimately like get 100% on the camo index with certain photos.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Amazing. There's the Vita port. I've got the HD collection. So I got a whole bunch of them all over the place.
Yeah. So,
God, I gotta
but yeah.
replay 4. 4 is.
Oh
4
yeah, 4 is a strange game. Yeah, for sure. Next up, so I think this was today. This is actually a 3DO related news story. So if you guys remember, in the early days of the episode, I do not remember which episode this was, but this was like a while ago. We reviewed a little game called Soccer Kid. Do you remember what episode number that was?
One.
It had to be double digits, I think.
It was very early on. I can find this out real quick.
Yeah.
I know because it was right before the initial break.
Yes. I think I was still in college.
Episode 15.
Episode 15. Jesus Christ. So apparently, today was announced that we are getting the Soccer Kid collection. This contains the collection, but it contains the Super Nintendo and PC versions. This will be released on June 16th for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, and priced at $10. Originally released to coincide with the 1994 FIFA World Cup, the last time the tournament was held in North America, Soccer Kid is a 2D platformer where its protagonist is armed with a football, and then there's like the alien pirate that steals the trophy and all this other stuff. So, yeah, somebody was just like, you know what? That Soccer Kid game, let's bring it back, god damn it. But it's only the Super Nintendo and PC versions, so sorry, 3DO version doesn't get any representation here, but
I'm pretty sure the 3DO version is just the PC version.
Yeah, from what I know, the differences aren't too drastic between the versions. So, sure, why not, right? $10, sure. I'll probably buy it when it comes out.
That is a game we
it's out in it's out in 3 weeks. 3 weeks as of recording. So, yeah, I'll probably grab it, and sure, that would be an interesting one to go back and review, because I feel like maybe we didn't give it our due diligence at the time. So, but it was still early on. We were still kind of finding our footing. So,
yeah.
And I've always wanted to go back to that game because it's such an interesting idea, but I never got super far in it to really experience the whole thing. So, yeah. So some of our newer listeners may have never heard us talk about Soccer Kid. So if you'd like to hear us talk about it in the future, let us know.
Nice.
And then our very last bit of news, again, this was announced not that long ago. CD Projekt Red has announced a special The Witcher 3 anniversary live stream. This is going to take place on May the 28th at 11 a.m. Eastern, marking the 10th anniversary of The Witcher 3's fan favorite expansion, Blood and Wine. And CD Projekt is also due to publish its latest earnings, resulting 30 minutes after the stream begins. And this coincides with... There's been rumors for a little while now that a new DLC for The Witcher 3 is in the works. Like there's like a brand new expansion. There have been rumors of this for the last couple months now. So I feel like if it is a thing, and it might actually be a thing, it's going to get announced here. Though they don't make note of that at all. Like they don't mention that in any sort of way. So they're probably... If it is here, it'll probably just be a complete surprise. And apparently this new DLC is in development at a company called Fool's Theory, the same studio that's actually working on the remake of Witcher 1. If you remember that they're working on a remake of Witcher 1, I do, god damn it. And of course, somebody, I think VGC asked them about the rumor, and CD Projekt said they don't comment on rumors or speculation. A very Rockstar way of saying shit. So yeah, and we're getting Witcher 4 next year, I think.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So they're busy right now. They are very busy. So, but I think a new Witcher 3 expansion would be very exciting for a lot of people. Especially those who have actually beaten through the whole game, unlike some people who have started the game multiple times and have played through bits of it, but then drops it every time because they're a fucking idiot. I wonder who that would be.
Not me, because I've never played it.
Process of elimination. So yeah, that's really exciting. That looks really cool.
I did notice that they're not hyping for like a certain other game. Like they learned their lesson on that one.
Well, I mean, they've showed off footage of Witcher 4.
But they're not hyping it like fucking Cyberpunk. Like that was
They're keeping their expectations.
They're
I think
being
they're keeping
realistic
everybody's
this time.
expectation. Yes, because Cyberpunk was such a fucking mess. You know, like it's crazy that some people totally forget that now, because now you can just go play
because
the game.
it's a great game
fine.
now. Like
it's a fantastic game, and you can play it now and it's fine, right? But some people either like forgave the fiasco or forgot about it, you know, and it's like, trust me, I remember when that game dropped, it was a whole thing. People were pissed.
Well, because I
like it took them another 2-3 years to finish it, and that's when I got around to it.
Yeah.
So
because the hype train for that game was absurd, like
absolutely absurd. I mean, to be fair, I get the hype because it was their next main game since The Witcher 3, and
True.
The Witcher 3 is like one of those like modern classic legendary games already. Like the game's over 10 years old, but it's already like laid claim to being considered one of the best video games ever made, right? So of course people were going to be hyped for it, right?
Yeah, there was just, I remember there were people being like, this is going to be the greatest game ever made. It's going to change gaming forever. And I'm like, are you sure?
I don't know if it did that, but it's a very good game.
Oh yeah,
no, it is very much worth your time, because I think if you're like me and you waited, or you know had friends like it so much they gave you a copy for free, so I had nothing to lose.
That
was. then yeah, it was a good time for sure. So I do recommend it. But yeah, and the thing is, they are actually working on a CD Projekt Red is working on the next what's the word? The next Cyberpunk game. Apparently they dropped, or they have formed a whole new studio in Boston, I believe, to work purely on Cyberpunk. So
interesting.
Yeah, but it'll probably be a long time till we hear about that. So
well, yeah, it's gonna take them forever to get to work.
Yep.
I've seen and then those roads are.
And then just for you, Bill, I like to browse the gaming leaks and rumors subreddit, much to my dismay. And I did see one, again, rumor, that Persona 6 most likely next year. So
maybe we'll get an announcement next year.
I mean, I could very well see Persona 6 getting announced at the Xbox showcase, and the trailer ends with 2027. And I think a lot of people would be excited for that.
Yeah. We'll see.
That we will. So I'm starting to hear rumblings about 6. So who knows? Maybe it is real after all.
Yep, and then they can milk that one for 5 years.
5 years? You're being nice. You know how long Persona 5 was? How long ago that was now?
Yeah, I remember how long they milked 4.
They're still milking 5. They haven't stopped.
They're still milking 4.
Yeah. I also heard that Persona 4 Revival may come out in February.
We'll see.
I hope so, because I counterpicked it in our fantasy draft. So if it gets delayed to next year, then I win.
Yeah, I'm kind of I don't know, just because the trailer we got screamed we threw this together in 20 minutes.
Guaranteed, absolutely.
Because it got leaked and we had to do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm like, when it comes to Persona stuff, I'm always kind of like, yeah, let's believe it when I see it.
Yep, that's fair. But that is the news.
We got new Nintendo music.
Let's see.
And it was something that actually mattered.
I think I saw something about it the other day. Because it dropped in the middle of last week, I think.
Yeah, I think it actually dropped when we were playing Mario 3D Worlds.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah. Link Between Worlds.
My favorite Zelda.
I still need to play it.
It's the only Zelda that hooked me, and I'm still like, I appreciate the series differently ever since I played that one, but I still will say I'm not the biggest fan of the franchise.
Yeah, I mean there are specific Zelda games I really like.
Yeah,
You know, as I've made note of before. And Link Between Worlds is like one of the very few Zelda games that I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about it. Like everybody, like people who aren't really into Zelda or Zelda diehards, people in the middle who've played it and they're like, no, that one was really fucking good.
yeah,
Like the positive, the praise is universal. So it's just made me go like, okay, I probably need to sit down and play it. I have a physical over here. I found it for like $20 or something. It was dirt cheap. So I have it. So maybe that'll, well, my Zelda game for the year we've already done, Four Swords.
yeah.
But maybe I'll do another Zelda game, a proper Zelda game, and play through that.
Nice.
So again, it's all about finding that time, unfortunately.
All right. Is it time to talk about this experience of a game?
That's a way. It's a way to describe it, huh? We're here talking about Army Men World War.
Yep. So, fun fact: I paid $1 for this copy, and I don't understand how, but the manual is water damaged. If you can see the waviness to it,
a little bit, yeah.
Like, how? That's all I want to know.
Oh, I've seen water damage manuals before. Usually it's like, say they were like stored in a basement that got flooded, or you know somebody spilled like water on it or something. You know.
Yeah.
Can you open the pages?
Good question. I don't think I've ever tried.
See, now that's the telltale sign.
Okay. I'm not even gonna bother. It's probably gross. Yeah, so Army Men World War. This is the point where the series really the reputation started to show. that's the best way of putting it.
Well, so this is coming off of 3D, right? And we played 3D quite a ways back. We didn't really like 3D because I think I described it as like Sarge's War, but without the personality.
So,
and go ahead, Bill.
In terms of release, so Army Men 3D came out in 99. It was one of the 5 Army Men games that came out in 99. Alongside Sarge's
You're like, Heroes. Can I count these on one hand?
Yeah, along with Sarge's Heroes, Toys in Space, and Air Attack. So the best Army Men game was released in that time period.
Potentially. We're still not sure yet.
As of right now.
As of right now, yes.
World War was the first game of 2000, and it was the first of 5 games released in 2000. 6, if you count this game's PC version, which is an entirely different game.
Yeah, I actually was not aware of this until I was doing a little bit of research for it, and then yeah, I saw it had a listing on GOG, and I went, oh, and then I clicked it, and it just looks like the real-time tactics Army Men, like Army Men 1 that we played.
Yes.
We still haven't done 2 or Toys in Space yet, but it's similar to like that kind of vein, and I'm like, huh, interesting. Did you play this one at all, Bill? Because I did not.
I have not yet, because I figured at some point we might want to look at that later.
Yeah, we could maybe do it as like, I don't know, something, but we'll figure it out.
Maybe we can do it along with Air Tactics, that other PC exclusive one.
Sure, yeah. We could do a little mashup of some of the. I feel like when we do all of the main series games at the very end, we can maybe do an episode where it's like, oh, here's all the other ones we didn't.
Yeah, because I was gonna.
We didn't like. We won't dedicate specific episodes to them, but we could do like a roundup.
Yeah, because I was gonna play a little bit of it, but then I noticed after I looked at it, I'm like, this is way too different, and I'm like, this honestly deserves its own look later.
Yeah, for sure.
So I put that one to the side, but I did want to specify, despite having the same cover art and pretty much everything, the PC version is completely unrelated.
Yeah, completely different. So But we're talking exclusively about the version you can get on your Sony PlayStation 1 home entertainment video game console.
Yes.
So, did this game come out before or after the revision? Because the revision was 2000, wasn't it? The PS1 that had like the screen and everything.
I think that was that's a good question. Actually, let me look that up. When did the PS1 come out?
Well, let's see.
Doing
PS1 revision.
2000.
Yeah, 2000. Let's see.
The LCD screen was 2000.
It was it was September 19th, 2000 in North America.
Yes.
And then this game came out April 3rd. Well, now, okay. But yeah, but as we said, 3D, I'd said it was like Sarge's Heroes, but without like the charm and the personality, right?
Yes.
Apparently there was a whole subset, or there was another team at 3DO who really liked that. And we're like, you know what? We're going to keep making
but also thought that game had
3D.
But also thought that game had too much personality because oh boy, did they suck any personality from this game out. Like,
I will say though, there are things about this game that are better than 3D though.
Yes, it is this game is odd in a lot of ways.
Yeah, odd is what I would say as well.
So the first thing I wanted to bring up is plot-wise and timeline-wise, this game is weird. So most people consider this like the sequel to 3D or the follow-up, but judging by the plot synopsis, this game seems like it takes place before the events of like Army Men 1. Because it seems like this is like the first like green and tan excursion, basically, from how
well, according to the Army Men fandom wiki, shout out to those freaks, the first sentence is, in the follow-up to the best-selling Army Men 3D, you lead the Green Army in a vicious battle against the Tan Nemesis. Carefully guide your troops through a deadly barrage of enemy fire over 16 missions, featuring 5 different terrains, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, describing it as a follow-up suggests to me that it is like a direct sequel.
Yeah.
And here it says the game focuses solely on combat in the plastic world, with most of the missions being based on World War II. Some fans consider the World War games to be prequels to the main games, while others deem it to exist in its own timeline altogether. Holy fucking hell.
Well, because one of the big notable things about this game is, like, you don't play as Sarge. You just play as nameless Green Army Man in this game.
Yeah, you just play as, Green default.
Because, like...
John Green.
Even in, like, Army Men 1...
He's writing his books.
Yep. Even in Army Men 1, 2, and Toys in Space, you technically still played as Sarge, even if it wasn't the fun Sarge from the Sarge's Heroes timeline.
Yeah, so were the World War games for, like, people who liked Army Men but were pretentious?
So, despite it not aging well, Army Men 3D sold really well. Like, that was
I mean, that's kind of the run through with all these Army Men games, right? That they did very well. Like, they sold quite a bit and were successful.
Up until Air Attack, I want to say. Because
like the initial wave of Army Men games were successful.
Yeah.
Because, again, I think it comes off of the Toy Story, Small Soldier stuff that was going on, to where, like, toys were kind of cool and in vogue again. And, the Army Men obviously are characters in the Toy Story games. So I think 3DO probably saw that and were like, let's do something. And I think people bought them off of that, or, some version of that, and played them and were like, yeah, you know what? These are perfectly fine games. And then 3DO, because it's all they had, just held on to that thing like the floating door of a Titanic.
Yeah. Yep.
It's another 90s reference for you.
True.
But yeah, like, so yeah, plot is very minimal, if any.
There's
Um,
barely any in this game.
yeah, I mean the Sarge's Heroes ones don't have much either, but there's at least an attempt. With
There's
having with
personality
having
in those games.
exactly, and these games really don't have it at all. And you would think the lack of personality would be like, oh, because they're going to focus more on like the gameplay and make the gameplay a lot more interesting or whatever. And they don't really do that either. Now, it's just 3D, which, evolved in the Sarge's Heroes as well. So if you've played those games or if you've heard our reviews of those games, then you already kind of know what you're expecting. It's a third person shooter that's, awkward to play, has kind of weird controls, are very linear. The Sarge's Heroes have a little bit of non-linearity to them, but these ones are very much a straight line. Just shoot the tan guys till they shoot you, and you get to the end of the level, and that's kind of it. There's a couple vehicle sections throughout the game, which are okay. Give it a little bit of variety.
Yeah, that's like the main difference between this game and Sarge's Heroes is the vehicles.
Mm-hmm. And in like the regular combat, they give you an option to do like an over the shoulder aiming, which you would think is very groundbreaking for the time because, that became the basis for all third person games, right? But it feels like they just threw that in there because they wanted to give people the option to like zoom in, but it doesn't really matter. Like there's not even like a crosshair on the screen. You just kind of
shoot.
Yeah, you just kind of shoot and the bullets just kind of home onto your enemies and you're fine, I guess. It's very mindless in that way.
It's basically Green Rogue, only it's like not a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, and Green Rogue had a bit of personality to it with like a brand new character and it being kind of like an arcade shooter, right? Like at least is trying something a little bit different.
And I believe Green Rogue is in the Sarge's Heroes timeline.
That would make sense. And yeah, but this like I don't really know, man. Like it's a I don't know. What do you have?
The thing with this game that gets me is the fact that they're army men is such a redundant aspect of this game, because like you could straight up change them to like real soldiers and this would be just the most generic army shooter you'll ever see.
Oh yeah. And,
like,
and it's not like we were short of those at this time either. Like if many of you probably know Spec Ops: The Line, but probably what some of you don't know was that was in a series. Like there are a ginormous fuckload amount of games in the Spec Ops series before The Line. A lot of them actually were on PS1. I even had one of them, Airborne Commando, and it is very much a game. It's one of the games of all time. So, a lot of people don't know that, Spec Ops: The Line was, in that series kind of a thing. But like, generic military shooters were very common back then.
Yeah. Because one of the big appeals of like, say, Sarge's Heroes in particular is the whole concept of like the human world and the plastic world, where like you can kind of switch between the two, and then the game's charm is really located in those human world segments where it's like you're actually the army men playing around in the refrigerator or like the bathroom or something. This game is just generic rock and dirt formations.
Yeah, because Sarge's Heroes, as we said, due to its limited gameplay as well, it's able to make up for it by being, kind of campy and having like a cartoony vibe to it. But when something like World War is trying to be like more, I guess, serious, for lack of a better term, it's like, okay, then maybe take that time you would have made working on story and characters and use it to try to refine some of the gameplay, maybe make it a little bit smoother to play or have more responsive controls or, more interesting, combat scenarios or anything like that. And they don't.
No,
they don't at all. It feels like they did World War because 3D sold so well. Yeah. So they're like, oh, let's make another game like 3D because maybe that's why it did so well. I don't know how well World War sold, but we know that Sarge's Heroes actually sold pretty well. So my guess is any audience they gained in 3D went over to Sarge's Heroes.
So I don't know how well World War sold, but it must have sold well enough because this game has 3 sequels.
That's true.
Released in the span of like a year.
Yeah. And I mean, And maybe it was a case of they were just super cheap to make. Because
I think so.
playing this game, it's so cheap. Like graphically, it looks ugly, and like
It doesn't
like
look
not
better
even
than
in like a
3D.
PS1 way. Because a lot of PS1 games are just kind of ugly, but it is what it is, right? But
Like
this like looks ugly for the PS1.
like the thing that got me was like, so in 3D, sorry, 3D looks fine for the era. Like it's very
Sure.
whatever.
Honestly,
This
3D looks better.
it does. Why does why does generic green guy look like a noodle man in this game? Like
yeah,
he's
and it's
so
like,
spindly.
and you can see the sharp edges, and it's like there's no real like definable like where his character like definitions are. It's very odd.
Like the colors are a bit more vibrant, but that's
Like in the same
really
year, we
about
got
it.
like Valkyrie Profile, we got Final Fantasy 9, like we got like other PS1 games that looked really good and
Oh
took
yeah.
well full advantage of what the console had. But like this, like what the fuck, guys? What are we doing?
This was really the point where I was like, damn, they were really.
They were very much emphasizing quantity over quality, and it's a damn shame because it's clear the Sarge's Heroes games are the better ones, and they really should have just focused their development time on those.
Yeah,
because I feel like if they took the World War people and just had them fill out the Sarge's Heroes team and make games within that, they probably would have been a lot better.
like
You know,
if you want to know just how quick the sequel came out, the sequel was like literally the next main series game released.
Ugh. Yeah, and we'll have to cover that too. Didn't you once say that all the World War games could have just been one big game?
I made the comment once that if they had taken all 4 of those games and just shoved them into one big game, it might actually be a somewhat decent game.
Yeah, like there might actually be something there.
Because each one does something different. Like different
Yeah.
enough that makes them somewhat interesting, but they're all so half-assed and mediocre that it's like it feels like they had the budget for one game and split it into 4 games.
It's just really dumb when you think about it. Like I get it. Back in those days, you probably, had to make more games because, games didn't necessarily have the shelf life back then that they do now, right? For various reasons. So in a way I get it, but do you really need to make 5 games in a fucking year? Like just make 2. You probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
But like I'm just kind of struggling to say it because there's really not that much to say. I played like 5 or 6 missions, and then I was like, I don't think this is gonna change.
No, I got the
Like the
farthest I
vehicle
got.
sections were kind of neat. Just it was like, oh, thank God, something a little different. But that was about it.
The farthest I got was there's one mission where you're like on like a Gatling gun on like a train.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I died, and I was like, this ain't fun anymore because there's a weird like difficulty spike where I was like, oh, this is actually challenging.
Yeah, and like
not because it's fun, not because it's well designed, just because it's badly designed. And I'm like, ugh.
And with the other Army Men games, it's so easy to die because you can have an enemy just plug a bunch of rounds into and you're dead. And it's like that's it.
Yeah,
no invincibility, nothing like that. You're just if you're caught, you're fucked, kind of thing.
It uses the same like hit physics as 3D, which that was one of 3D's biggest problems. It's like you just kind of get annihilated in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and it's so unfair, and it's like, why are we doing this, guy? Like even back then, people knew this was bullshit.
Yeah, it's
like come on.
At least like Sarge's Heroes and Air Attack had like well designed like health systems for what they were.
Well designed in comparison to this.
Yeah, I mean for like 98, 99, I guess they were okay.
Yeah. I mean, Sarge's Heroes 2 is almost like Gears of War comparing it to this.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, just it was like I didn't hate it as much as 3D. Like I think 3D was just like really bad. World War, in my ranking, I did give World War the slight nudge only because it's trying to be a little bit different than 3D.
It's also like shorter.
It's much shorter. The vehicle segments I think are okay, and there is an attempt to try to streamline it a little bit Like if it's above 3D, it's not by much.
Yeah.
If 3D is like a 50%, then World War is like a 51 or 52%. Like it's that close kind of thing.
Is it above Green Rogue, or did you have Green Rogue higher?
I put Green Rogue above it.
Okay.
Because I thought Green Rogue was a much more interesting game than this was.
It was trying to do something.
Yeah. And I'll always give credit when it's trying to be something different, even if it doesn't work. Like it's okay if something doesn't work, but I always applaud like game series or bands or whatever, where it's like, we're doing something different. Like it's not something you're used to, but we wanted to try something different. I'll always respect people for having the courage to do that, even if it doesn't work. Like, hey, you tried, right? So I give Green Rogue credit for trying to be a little bit different in this sea of sameness. It is something that does stick out a little bit. So I'll always give it the tiniest bit of credit for that. This one I really can't.
No, this game
like it's not even like, I think I said like Army Men Advance was like the most painfully average one in the series. Doesn't even close.
Yeah, because like the only fun thing I can really think of with this game is in Europe it's known as Operation Meltdown. That's kind of fun.
Probably because they didn't want to evoke the World War in Europe, because
yeah,
that's a good chunk of where it happened.
Yeah. So looking at reception for this game,
it has a Metacritic page.
Oh, does it?
Yes. So its critic score based on 8 reviews is 50.
Okay.
Its user score based on 14 ratings, 6.7. And the normal Metacritic thing is if you do the math or just kind of find the median between the two of those, it's like that's probably where it sits.
Yeah. Because like looking at it on like game rankings, the PlayStation version is sitting at 48%, and most of the reviews were generally unfavorable. Like All Game gave it 2 out of 5, EGM gave it a 2.5 out of 10. Game Informer gave it a 2 out of 10. IGN gave it a 4.5 out of 10. PlayStation Magazine gave it a 1.5 out of 5. GameSpot 5.8 out of 10. So
Game Revolution gave it a 0.
Jesus
a fucking 0. I'm trying to load up their review.
Did like 3DO piss in their Cheerios or something?
I don't know. But at the same time, PSX Nation gave it an 85.
Huh.
And the only thing that still exists from their review is a solid game that surprised me with its heavy action and interesting scenery. So Game Revolution didn't load up, but it said, "We're not laughing with you guys. We're laughing at you."
Savage.
Yeah. And then from the user reviews, there's one person who gave it a 1, saying, "To be honest, there were so many of these Army Men games released back in the days of the PS1 that it was impossible to keep track of them all. World War may or may not have been the first one to be released on Sony's console, but it was certainly the only one I had the misfortune of playing, having rented it from my local video store. But simply nothing works about this game. The graphics are horrendous, the enemy AI is non-existent, and the controls are incredibly imprecise. Just avoid this one." And I gave it a 1.
That's fair.
I mean, for a Metacritic user like review, that's actually like well thought out.
So
I don't know if you guys have read Metacritic user reviews, but Jesus fuck.
So, some of them are amazing.
Like these are the people who fucking complain about like games being too woke.
Yeah. So what's funny is on Moby Games, they have a bunch of reviews, but they also have this like thing up at the top where they rank the game among all the PS1 games that they have in their system.
Yes, they do.
And this game is ranked 1,209 out of 1,311 games. So
see, I need to know what it beat out.
Unfortunately, there's like no way of finding that out.
What do you mean?
At least I don't know how to figure that out. I'd have to figure out where the. I don't understand Moby Games' website very well.
Well, if you click PlayStation, you get the ranking, and then let's see how many games they have in like one list. 1, 2, 8, 9,
10. Oh damn, they have a
I-
lot of games on here.
I think it's like 50. I think it's like 50 on a page. So, and they have 64 total pages. So if you do the math, let's see. If I were to do the math, let's see. 12,009
Yeah.
or 1,209 divided by 50 would put it at about page 24. Let's see. Did I do my math correctly? Oh man, why is it not giving me page 24? Come on. Please. Because I was feeling like, oh, you could adjust the page number up here and be good to go. Sorry, guest bot limit reached. Oh, fuck you. You're not going to let me see the whole list. So I guess they're not going to let me see, because I want to see what it beat out. God damn.
Oh,
well, I guess we'll never know. I did this deviation for fucking nothing.
Yeah. The only thing I discovered
I'm
there.
not paying for your fucking website, you pricks.
The only thing I discovered was apparently Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is the #1 ranked game on their site.
That's kind of impressive.
I mean it's a classic.
There's a lot of great PS1 games. So the fact that beat out Resident Evil 2, Symphony of the Night, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy 7 and 9, Colin McRae Rally 2.0. I guess that game's really good. I've never played it. Tekken 3, Gran Turismo, Vagrant Story. I'm just reading the list at this point. Crash Team Racing. A lot of racing games
Crash
up here.
3.
Spyro Year of the Dragon, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy 8's way too high, but whatever. Like, whatever. It shouldn't be this high. It's not above Ridge Racer Type 4.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't know what the I don't know what the metric is.
Yeah, but yeah. I don't know, man. It's just the game, I guess. I don't really know what to say.
It's the most Army Men game we've played.
And that's not a positive.
No. This is the first one I played and literally just went, ugh. Like I was like, couldn't even find a positive. Like I had nostalgia for 3D. And even that one, I was like, no. Like
but you were disappointed in it, unfortunately.
I was disappointed in everything but the multiplayer. I still think the multiplayer is worth checking out in that game.
Sure.
This game though, like, does this game even have multiplayer? Apparently it does. I don't know how it works though, because I didn't bother to. Well, Alex is on vacation right now, so I couldn't even ask her.
Whatever.
But I guess must play. Okay, stay away. I'm gonna stay away.
I wonder.
Play Air Attack. Or
this is an absolute definitive stay away. Like don't bother with this one at all. Again, when we play them all and do the tier list, we will give you like we'll tell you which ones. It won't be many, but we'll tell you which ones you should actually try.
Yeah.
And I can definitively say World War is not one of them. If you want to play a video game based on World War II, Bubby, there are dozens, probably hundreds of them, and most, if not all of them, are better.
There's this Call of Duty game called World at War. It's pretty good. Just check it out.
Yeah, that was a solid game.
So yeah, stay away from this one. Hopefully the next Army Men game we cover won't be complete shit.
I don't know, Bill.
I mean, I can say this isn't the worst in the series, but that's not saying a lot.
I can't imagine this is the worst in the series. I mean, again, I think 3D is worse, but I feel like 3D isn't the bottom of the barrel yet.
No, we haven't even got to the post. Well, Star Wars is like a weird. Technically, it's 3DO, but it's also not.
We played Star Wars and it was fine.
Yeah, but that's still technically a 3DO era game because they did start it. But,
yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta do the weird. Well, the two global softs that we can play.
Yeah, Major Malfunction and Soldiers.
Soldiers of Misfortune. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that. Um, so
You're
so
not?
no, because my experience with that game, I've never played it. I did finally get a copy, but most I know about that game is Scott the Woz playing it and not being able to get past the first level. So
Yeah.
that's
Mine is
not a good
still
sign.
sealed for when we play it.
Nice. But yeah. So we got an hour out of that. So,
We limped past the finish line, kids.
So yeah, I guess now once again, guys, thanks for joining us on the 3DO Experience. You can find 3DO Experience on all the podcasting platforms. Check us out on Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find all sorts of different videos, blogs, podcasts.
Oh yeah, what blog came out today, Bill?
Well, I've discovered that it doesn't even have the right name. Hopefully, I think it's actually been fixed. But yeah, my Sims busting out blog finally came out. So check that out and learn about this really obscure GBA Sims game that's way better than it has any right to be.
Finally busting out.
Hell yeah. That game's ridiculous, but play it and find out. We're also playing Earthworm Jim 3D. I think everyone's just collectively.
I think everyone gave up on 3D, dog.
Yeah, I gotta write my brief write up on it for getting to like a boss and be like, "Fuck this." This
yeah. I'm playing some other games this week. I'm good. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'd rather play good shitty games, not that.
I'd rather just play actual good games.
See, I'm still bummed
If you're watching the video version. Hint, hint.
Yeah. Still bummed. We could have had Superman 64. At least that would have been funny. Like there would have been at least a joy.
I probably would have attempted to play it more.
Yeah, I mean, I would have probably cheated, but
Earthworm Jim, I played the first level. I'm like, I'm fine. I don't have the bandwidth for this.
No, that camera, man. That camera.
I mean, it's not. I don't even think it's like a dog shit game. It's just I don't care. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even give a shit about Earthworm Jim in general. To be honest, I really don't.
That's fair. I mean, honestly, the most I like about those games are the soundtracks.
Yeah, and then it doesn't help the guy who made him is a fucking fascist piece of shit. So you know.
Ironically, he didn't work on 3D, so there's
the one thing he gets credit for, I guess. But you know.
But I guess anyways, guys. Once again, thank you for joining us. We will see you all later.
Bye.